And now you're putting out one of one. You got a new album coming out.
Yes.
And it's the first one in about 10 years, a little more?
Yes, 10 years.
So I would imagine you've made music during that time and in
have.
that gap. But what was the decision to give us a body of work this time as opposed to just, working on music?
Well, I think first off, it was a commitment between Warren Campbell and myself. In terms of we're gonna work slowly to find what this sound is, and then once we have the sound, we'll go all in.
Yeah.
And so pretty much those were the steps that we took to get us there. And why that made me feel comfortable is because we weren't in a rush. Some people, they specifically producers, when they get working, they want to know, is this gonna be it? And I gotta get that check, they on a fast pace. Whereas with Warren, it was like, listen, you're not in a rush, I'm not in a rush, let's get it right. And so once we started to crank out some stuff and we hit on Woman, we was like, oh, okay, this is a good direction. Voice sounds really good with these instruments. The space that's necessary, the sparseness that lives within the track, I can get in there and be heard and not fighting up against things. And so we used that song as sort of the main ingredient, the meat and potato of the dish.
Like an anchor point.
Right. And then we just built around it.
And that's a beautiful thing because in today's climate as a musician, you don't really think that you have the space to sit with a song and sit with the idea and see where it takes you as opposed to just being like, throw it out for the analytics, let's figure out what the market wants and all that shit. I'm glad you took your time with it, and that makes me even more excited to hear the album. Because 10 years is obviously taking your time with a thing, but knowing that within that 10-year span, you were intentional about making sure you gave the album its proper space and gravity.
Well, let me just say this. It didn't take me 10 years.
I know it didn't take me 10 years.
Okay, so I have been recording. I've put music out here and there. I've showed up on other people's records here and there. I think I might have had some placements. When I did the television show, I did music for the television show.
Yeah.
So all of that, but it wasn't until maybe 2018, 19, right before the pandemic.
Okay.
Where we started to work on some things. And then, of course, the pandemic took us out for 2.5, 3 years. Yeah.
So, and who all's on the album? I know you got Salt on there. I know you got Big Daddy Kane. I know you got
Raheem
Devon.
And we have Q-Tip. And we have Common. And Ghostface.
And Money Long.
And Money Long and Mary Mary. And Lil Mama. And Stevie Wonder. And that's just part one. We got a part two that has Tony Braxton and Anthony Hamilton, and so we're not stopping. We're gonna keep going.
Your album, the cast of characters on your album, the guest list sounds like a Serato crate, which takes me to the next question because you DJ as well.
Yes.
So, from what I've researched, Biz Markie gave you your first song set, your collection of songs. My question for you.
Cool V. DJ
Cool V.
Yeah.
My question for you is kind of like a nerdy inside question, but apparently Biz Markie was rumored to have Bob James Take Me to the Mardi Gras with no bells.
It's very possible. He had a lot of. Oh, you want to know, did that come across in the collection?
Did you
No.
Okay. All right.
No, I got the basic library. This is how you start, Lyte. And when you need anything else, you ask me, and I'll hook you up.
Hit you with that starter kit.
And then he called me every once in a while, Sensei. I said, yes, master. Yes, master. Do you need anything? No, I think I'm good. Thank you.
So how long? When did you start DJing? When did he give you that?
2008.
Oh wow! So it's been a minute ago. So I would imagine your crates have gotten bigger.
Oh yeah.
Your crates have gotten fuller. How do you find new music? Like, how are you? Are you still tapped into what's going on?
Yeah, still tapped in, and I'm also a part of many record pools, and I'll get on record pool calls every once in a blue just so I can hear what people are excited about, what people are playing. There used to be a time when I could just roll up into a club and hear what's happening, but I think it's pretty much safer for me to do that in the confines of my home.
I feel like if we just see MC Lyte in the wild, we're like, what the fuck is happening?
Exactly. So and I just, I might call up Cool V and like, hey, I'm headed here. what's popping there. Oh, this, that. Oh, really? Okay, cool. That's great.
Yeah. That's dope. Like in my mind, I was like MC Lyte's on SoundCloud, listening to somebody with 5 plays. Like I'm putting that in my set. But
Oh no.